video is a gardening glossary, terms, word meanings and guide. This is a large family of flowering plants, mostly native of tropical regions and all frost tender. Most climb by means of their tendril thread-like structures that coil spirally around the supports. The members of the family are often called cucurbits. Edible ones include cucumbers, gherkins, marrows, squashes, pumpkins and melons. This is a horticultural variety of plant which has arisen as a result of cultivation in a garden, nursery or by deliberate breeding and has maintained its characteristic appearance. Some can be propagated so they are true to the parent plant by vegetative means only and not from seed. In gardening, the term variety is often used to include both these and those varieties that have arisen in the wild. This is a small section of root, stem or leaf cut off a plant and given the conditions it needs to produce roots and grow into a new plant. Stem cuttings are the most common type. Advantages of using cuttings are that you can propagate a strain or variety of a perennial plant that does not always come true from seed, such as many fruit trees and bushes, and that you can produce new plants quickly. You should take cuttings only from healthy plants, use a very sharp knife and cut them cleanly. Always sterilise your secateurs or knives between cuttings. Plants propagated from root cuttings include rhubarb, sea kale and fruit tree rootstocks. Those raised from stem cuttings include blackcurrants, red and white currants, gooseberries and blackberries. Leaf cuttings are used mainly for propagating ornamental greenhouse plants. Damping down. This is the operation of soaking the stagings and paths in a greenhouse with water to create and maintain a high air humidity. Damping down is considered necessary for a number of fruit and vegetable crops. Cucumbers is one example. This is the popular name given to a group of fungus diseases that attack the base of seedlings, making them rot near the soil level and topple over. It is usually a result of overwetting or unsterilised compost or of overcrowding, too much humidity in the air or poor drainage. With properly sterilised compost, sowing thinly and thinning where necessary, it should not occur. As an additional safeguard, you should water the seedlings with the fungicide called Chesant compound, which controls the disease. If dampening off does strike, remove and destroy all the affected seedlings and water the rest with Chesant compound. Of course, today there are many different ways you can do it naturally, so do look up in your area what you can use. Deris is a very useful insecticide obtained from the roots of a tropical plant that is non-toxic to humans or to most animals. Never use it though near fish ponds, however, as it is poisonous to fish. It is effective against most sucking and biting insects and is used to control aphids, caterpillars and other insect pests in the form either of a spray or of a dust. As always, you should follow manufacturer's instructions carefully when using Deris sprays or dust, and check if it is legal in your area. Or of course, find natural products. This is a tool used for making holes in the soil in which to sow seeds or plant seedlings or cuttings. The size of the dibber to be used depends on the size of the seeds or the plants. Large dibbers are manufactured with wooden handles and steel tips which can be pushed into the soil easily, while others are made entirely of steel. You can easily make your own dibber from an old spade or fork handle. For very small seeds or plants, a pencil or a piece of doweling can be used. A dibber should have a rounded and not a pointed tip. If a pointed dibber is used, an airspace will be left beneath the plant and the roots will be unable to take in food and water. The planting of a large number of young plants can be done much quicker with a dibber than with a trowel. There are several different methods of digging, but all have the same objectives: to break up the soil so that the air can penetrate and the natural process of decay release the plant nutrients, to improve the drainage, to help destroy weeds, and to provide a method of mixing manures or fertilisers within the soil. Double digging is the method in which the soil is cultivated to a depth of about 50 centimetres, 20 inches, the first spit being dug out with the spade, the second spit being broken up with a fork and manure incorporated into it if necessary. The top spit of soil is then replaced. This term usually refers to the removal of buds such as roses, carnations, dahlias, so they can produce a few flowers of exhibition size, but it also is used to describe the removal of buds on the young shoots of fruit trees to help shape the trees or increase the crop of fruit. This is a method of vegetative, i.e. non-sexual propagation, in which a plant is separated into two or more parts, each part complete with roots and growth buds. Division should be done either in spring or in autumn, and the divided parts should generally be planted immediately. Plants in the kitchen garden propagated by division include potatoes and Jerusalem artichokes, the tubers of which are cut with the knife into 2 or more pieces, each bearing buds or eyes, and raspberries, whose suckers, which must bear roots, may be dug up and cut off from the parent plant and then replanted. A drill is a shallow furrow made or drawn in the soil to receive seed sown in straight lines. Drills of different widths and depths are drawn by different methods. Shallow drills can be drawn with a plant label or a pointed stick, or by pressing a rake or hoe handle into the soil, while deeper drills are usually drawn by pulling a draw hoe through the soil with the head held at an angle. The depth of the drill can be varied according to the pressure placed on the hoe. Make sure the drills are the correct depth for the seed being sown, and that they are kept the same depth throughout. Using a garden line helps to keep them straight.